simply because his wife sat on another man's lap in public. The man sought out his father-in-law, but the father-in-law told him to endure it. The husband angrily declared his wife shameless.
She's my daughter before your wife.
The father-in-law warned him to watch his words, as if it were the husband, not his wife, who had done wrong. Everyone around was laughing at his expense. Faced with such humiliation, Max had no choice but to swallow his pride. After all, his father-in-law was the local crime boss, a ruthless man. Just when he thought enduring it would make things better, his wife brought that man home. He sat in the corner, watching her see him off. When Ella returned and turned on the light,
What the fuck?
he intended to make Ella know he knew what she'd done, but Ella showed no remorse whatsoever, but claimed they were merely talking. Max ignored her. His marriage to Ella was already dead in name only. His only concern was his son, but unexpectedly, Ella struck first. She had her father track down the man, forcing him to initiate the breakup. Max wanted to leave this woman immediately, but Charlie's words were unbearable. He not only kicked Max out, but also demanded to keep his grandson. Max's rage flared instantly. He could walk away from everything, but his son had to stay with him. He rose and left immediately. The next day, Charlie sent 2 henchmen to escort father and son to the amusement park. Max intended to refuse, but now he had no choice. When they arrived at the park, Charlie had been waiting for some time. He instructed his men to take the boy to play, claiming he needed to speak with Max alone. The two boarded the Ferris wheel. As they reached the very top, Max spotted Ella. She had brought their son onto the ride. Max tried to resist, but a gun was pressed against his back. Charlie, however, had no intention of letting him go. They threw Max into the trunk and drove him out into the wilderness. They tossed Max into an abandoned RV, forced alcohol down his throat, doused the interior with gasoline, then set the vehicle ablaze, staging it to look like an accident. Max writhed in agony. His wife and son witnessed the entire ordeal. At that moment, Charlie's henchman ended his life. It seemed the story had ended there, but 10 years later, a man tracked down one of the original killers. Then Charlie's right-hand man was murdered. Next, the man Laura was with died at the amusement park. Charlie quickly learned of these events. Suddenly it clicked. The recent murders were connected to that incident years ago. Max had only his mother left alive, though she was 80 years old. Charlie did not spare her. Yet, unexpectedly, the moment Charlie departed, a man entered the house. He could never have imagined that Max had not only survived, but was quietly exacting revenge. Watching his mother die at home, Max's rage burned to its peak. He needed to find Charlie and his ex-wife, because Ella liked flour. So he tracked down a drug dealer and learned Ella's address from him. He arrived here that very night. By then, Ella had become delirious from snorting powder. Max decided to surprise her. Ella froze in terror. She had seen Max die with her own eyes. How could he be alive now? Max ordered her to lure Charlie here, then hide behind the wall. As soon as Charlie appeared, Max stabbed him in the leg with a knife. Charlie collapsed in agony. Max showed no mercy, driving another knife into his other leg. Finally, he pressed a pillow over Charlie's face. He intended to kill his father right before Ella's eyes. He still needed to know his son's whereabouts, only to discover his son had also fallen into addiction. When he learned his son had become a beggar, living under the overpass, he decisively dealt with the vicious father-daughter pair. Max soon arrived at the overpass and found his delirious son, now a teenager. He took his son to a church, the only way he could leave with peace of mind. Finally, he came to an open field, his eyes turning pitch black. Perhaps that was the reason for his resurrection.